Hey everyone, we're back here in HR Hockey News Sports. Today we're talking about what are the Capitals' backup goalie options since Lundqvist can't play anymore. Well, play for this coming year. After that, I'm expecting him to retire because if you have this heart problem, you probably can't play the year after. You're done. He's 39, 40. By the time he'll play the next year after, he'll be like 40. It's a shame because that's not how you want to end your career. He was so happy to play for the Capitals. He was a long-time Ranger, I know. Everyone's like, oh, but he was so happy to play for the Capitals. That one more year, just for him, just to do something and help out Samsonov. It was in my top 5 goalie tandems for the 2020-2021 season, and he can't play. He's heartbroken about it. Definitely fans of Washington probably are heartbroken, like, no, that's not fair, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So I have a little list, not a top 5, just a list out here to put out who's available, who could you sign, and one trade option. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. Before we do, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. We're trying to hit 400 subs, so thank you very much. Let's get right into it. Now, Schneider is one of the options out here. I know everyone's going to be like, are you kidding me? Could you just not tell us? Oh, I'm just putting the options out here. Some you might not like this one I'm showing you on the board right now, and some you might be a little bit more appealed to. I know there's not many options out there, many appetizing options out there, but there are some options that could be a solid, experienced backup goalie for Ilya Samsonov. Now, Schneider, I know the last couple of years has been nothing but horrible for him. In and out of AHL, after being a very good goaltender, that's why that $6 million contract went to him in the first place, because he was a very good goaltender. I remember in 15-16 season was his last best season. He was the best player on that team. Okay? He was absolutely lights out. And in the last couple years after that, he was one of the worst players on their team. So see how things can change. But he could be a solid option. Just put it out there. He could be an option. They could explore that option, see how he's doing. I know he wants to play a lot more, but, it's just too bad. His injuries caught up with him. It's just too bad. Here's another one. Now, the next one you might not care about, but listen to me about all these options, okay? That's Craig Henderson. Now you're like, Craig Henderson, you kidding me? He's like 40 years old. What are you doing? Craig Henderson, he didn't have the best season, but he could actually be another mentor here. He could be a solid mentor for Ilya Samsonov. Not one of the glowing options you see here. These two we have done are not glowing options whatsoever, but it could be options that could be out there for them. Jack, at least explore and see how the market is out there for them. But I know Craig Anderson has been in good last 2 years with the Ottawa Senators. But let's move on to the next one. Another one you're not going to like, but listen to the options. That's Jimmy Howard. Now, Jimmy Howard had an atrocious year last year with the Red Wings. You're like, why are you showing us all these atrocious goalies last year? Now, this is another experienced guy. This guy when he was in his prime, he was amazing with the Red Wings. Whole career with the Red Wings. He wants to play again. Maybe he'll be better now. Maybe by a little, just to be a backup goalie. Just not a number one guy. Just Samsonov is going to be the number one guy. After that, Jimmy Howard. That's just what we're hoping here. And, Jimmy Howard could be just that guy just to help him, to show him where to go, be that guy. His play as he plays as a goalie, not the best anymore, like we all know, but just to get the experience to Samsonov, Might not be the best goalie tandem like out there, these three guys, but it might have to work. Moving on to the next one. Another meh option. But we'll get the next couple after this next one I'm talking about will be a little bit more interesting. Watch out. Mike Condon. Now, Mike Condon hasn't been the best. He's been buried in the minors. I know with Ottawa, he was kind of like, whatever, get out of here, trade to the Lightning, buried in the minors, whatever. He might be a guy just to contend for that backup goalie spot. He might be, I know this is one of the worst options, probably the worst out of all of these, because those last three played in NHL last year. He did not. Condon. So just to put out there, there's only like 10 options out here, and this is one of the 4 options out of the 10 that really might make sense in the last crumblings of the goalie options on the free agency. So all these are free agents so far. There's another one I'd like to put out here, more appealing one. Let's get into it. And more like a Lundqvist. Not as amazing as Lundqvist, but a solid goalie, up in age, very up in age, but could be a interesting goalie tandem for Ilya Samsonov. Now I know Ryan Miller wants to be on the West Coast. Anaheim, I know I want him to go back to the Canucks because Canucks signed Holtby. But Ryan Miller, I gotta say, he had a really solid season. For his age, 39, 40, he had a really solid season. And being a backup to John Gibson, he was really good. Same thing. I think Ryan Miller would be a really good option for Samsonov. Experience, Buffalo, he was with Vancouver, the Ducks, just a really experienced goaltender. And last year, he was really good, despite the Ducks not having the best season. He was one of the bright spots for the Ducks last year. So I hope Ryan Miller will be that guy for them. Out of all these, Ryan Miller will be that guy for me. I would bring Ryan Miller in just to say that would be my option. But I think he went to the Blues organization. I'm not sure. But I think if he's out there still, he would be the guy. Next one. It's Vanchek. Now, Vanchek, if we knew that Lundqvist was going to play in the NHL with Samsonov in that goalie tandem, Vanchek would probably be in the Hershey Bears right now, AHL. Now, knowing this, Vanchek has a chance to be the backup in that goalie tandem with Samsonov. And the only thing I do not like about this is that the veteranship, the guide, Samsonov, he just came off a rookie season, and he didn't play exorbitant amounts of games. He played a handful of games, but I feel like he would still need that veteranship to him. A veteranship goaltender to back him up, to help him out. Kind of like how Carter Hart has Elliott right now. Same thing, Samsonov should have a solid veteran backup goalie. And Vanchek, he doesn't have the experience in the NHL, hasn't played an NHL game. He's not going to be like, well, Vanchek, I'm in this slump right now. Could you help me? He's going to be like, well, I've never played an NHL game. Could you help me? Because you played NHL games before. He's going to be like, well, I need help too. I'm the number 1 goalie. See what I mean? I know it's not going to be like that, but Vanchek could be the option. It just, I would rather have someone more experienced and know what they're doing, because this team is supposed to be not a failure of a team, a playoff team. You have Ovechkin, Backstrom, Oshie, Wilson, Kuznetsov, Verana. You have a solid team. On defense, you have John Carlson and Kempney and, Schultz. And you have a really solid team. So, you're not going to be a rebuilding team. This is a team that needs to be solid. And the last option, but not least, is a trade option. It is a trade option. So let me tell you what it is. and I put a question mark there. Fleury, that could be an interesting one. Now, the Washington Capitals that would be probably, out of all these, that would be the best one for them. That would be number one for them, but $7 million. That is not something they want right now, wouldn't you say? And, Fleury making $7 million, not what they want. It just, they don't have the money for it. And having right now current cap space, they have 0. So, knowing that, bringing a Fleury is not going to be an option unless you move someone out and have some of Fleury contract retained. That could be an option. But right now, that would be the ideal option. Bring in Marc-Andre Fleury, but there would have to be some change up in that lineup, moving someone out of that lineup, someone big cap, whoever that might be, it's out there, just saying, to bring in a Marc-Andre Fleury. And that would not just mean that Vegas have to retain. I know they don't want to retain salary, but Vegas would have to retain salary. So would another team. So a three-team trade. So ask the Panthers, the Senators, the Predators maybe. We'll give you a pick, retain some salary, thank you. But the thing is, they don't have any cap. So, you can't have them come for free to the Capitals for the cap. So, that's the thing. So the thing is, the best option, I would love to bring Ryan Miller, and I really would. That would be a great option. Vanchek, yes, but no at the same time because of the veteranship. So, Condon, I wouldn't want. Last couple of years has not been the NHL, and it would be a disaster if he was there. Howard, that could be an option. Of course, Schneider, Anderson, Howard, probably, of course, Condon and Miller would be bottom league contracts, $700,000. That would be absolutely it. So this is a tricky thing because Capitals are all set. They have the goalie duo. They have the top 6 option on the forward group. They have a great top 4 option on defense. They got everything set. Let's just roll into the season. Let's do great, and then this thing happens. So now they gotta work with it. And could are the Caps not happy about it? Yeah. So is Lundqvist not happy about that either. So we'll see what happens. What they sign, or do they just bring out Vanchek? Or Colby could be another one. Or if you Cali, but those guys don't have experience. You would want someone who has some experience, Just to say, but thanks for watching. Like the video, do the bell, comment, share. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.